Today I'm going to talk to you about how to get off to a good start with your newly adopted dog. When you adopt a dog, you don't know what its previous life was like, what training it has had, if any, or if it has any bad habits. This training video is not meant to replace taking your dog to a trainer or an obedience class, but it will give you the tools you need to get started in a good relationship with your new dog. Once the dog knows some basic commands, it will be more comfortable around you and easier for you to work with. When your dog understands your expectations, the dog will be much easier to live with and further training will go more smoothly. I am going to demonstrate teaching a dog the following commands. Sit. You're good. Katrina, down. Good girl. Come. Good girl. Say, wait. Okay. Katrina, wait. Okay.
What a good girl.
You're so good.
You are so good.
Katrina, drop it. Good girl. Leave it. Katrina, leave it. Good girl. Go to bed. That's a good girl. Many of these commands also have hand signals. Do the signals slowly so your dog can follow your movement and recognize the command. Teach your dog commands in a non-distracting environment, preferably inside and without other dogs, too much noise, or food other than your treats. After your dog knows the command well, you can practice near distractions. The more distracting the environment, the more desirable treats you will need to use to keep your dog's attention. It's important to acknowledge immediately when your dog does something right. Use your voice to say good or yes the instant the dog follows your command. Follow that up with a treat. Your word will mark the correct behavior and the dog will know the treat is coming. Say the word sit slowly and clearly while doing your hand signal. Lure your dog's head upwards so their rear end goes downwards. As soon as they sit down, reward them by saying good and giving them a treat. Sit. Good boy. There are many different common hand signals for the command sit. It is not important which one you use. What is important is that you remain consistent so your dog does not get confused. Barney, sit. Sit. If your dog is not sure what you want, they may try other things that have gotten them food in the past. Barney, sit. Good boy. Barney, sit. Good boy. Sit. Good boy.
Oh my God.
Yes, you're so. Sit. Good boy. Start with your dog sitting. Show them the hand signal and say the word down slowly and clearly. Lure your dog downwards with a treat. When they lie down, reward them by saying good and giving them the food. Down. Come on. At the time of filming, Gazoo was a new resident of the Humane Society and did not know his name, so I avoided using it during training to reduce confusion and let him focus on the command.
Sit. Good boy.
Down. That's a good boy! Yes, good boy! Gazoo is very food motivated and learned this command quickly. Good boy! Step a few feet away from your dog, do the hand signal, and say "come" while holding out a treat. As your dog comes to you, reward them by saying good and giving them the food. Come! Come! Yeah, that's a good boy. Bernie, come! Yes! If your dog is reluctant to come, try being more excited and shaking your container of treats. Bernie, come! Good boy! Hey, Barney, come! That's a good boy! Yes. As your dog progresses, increase the distance Barney, they must cover to come to you. Good boy! You can practice come in combination with other commands such as sit or down. Boy. Sit. Good. Good boy. When you can, have multiple people around a room take turns calling your dog. This will be a fun and easy way to practice this important command.
Barney, come. Barney, come. Good boy. Yeah.
Barney. Barney, come. Hey, Barney. Barney, come. Good. Start with your dog sitting or lying down. Show your dog the hand signal and say the word wait slowly and clearly. Place a treat in front of your dog, removing it as soon as your dog makes any move toward the food. Wait. 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 Your dog is not allowed to eat the treat until you give them the command, okay. So be patient and your dog will learn that they do not get to eat the food until they have waited for the okay command. Sit. Wait. Sit. You gotta work a little harder now. Sit. Sit. Wait. Okay, you can have it. Peanut picked up fast on this command, so we were able to move along fairly quickly. However, every dog will have a different rate at which they learn. Good girl. Wait. 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 Indy is older than Peanut and was much more impatient about learning this command. Sit. Wait. 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 As with any other command, you should practice wait in different circumstances and locations,
Girl.
but breakfast and dinner times provide a regular opportunity to get in some practice.
Yeah, okay. That's a good girl. Sit. Good girl. Wait. Okay. Good girl.
Wait is a very versatile command, so feel free to experiment and have fun while teaching your dog this useful skill.
Wait.
Okay. Start by getting your dog interested in playing with a toy. Then hold a treat immediately in front of the dog's nose and say, "Drop it." Reward your dog by saying "good" and giving them the treat as soon as they drop the toy.
Smokey, drop it. Good
Once
boy.
you have given the command, "Drop it," do not pull or shake the toy. This will confuse your dog, causing them to think that you are still playing, and they will refuse to drop the toy.
Smokey, drop it. Good boy.
After sufficient practice on "drop it," your dog will drop
Smokey,
the
drop
toy on hearing
Good
the voice
boy.
command, and you will no longer need to hold food in front of their face. However, make sure you still reward your dog with a treat every time they drop the toy.
Smokey, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy. Smokey, drop it. Good boy. Ellie, drop it. Good girl.
Make sure you practice "drop it" with a
That's
toy your
good.
dog loves and enjoys
That's
playing with.
actually really good.
If they do not want to play with the toy in the first place, then they will be entirely preoccupied with your treats.
Ellie, drop it. Ellie, drop it. Good girl.
Start with 2 kinds of food, your training treats as well as something your dog will not get to eat. Drop the forbidden food on the ground, tell your dog to leave it, and give them the treats for not eating the forbidden food.
They love cheese.
Shelby, leave it. Leave it.
Here you go.
Mistakes happen during training, so make sure the forbidden
you
food is
chew so
edible for
slowly?
dogs in case they eat it.
You can't have that.
If your dog is struggling to learn this command, try using something they do not particularly like as the forbidden food, such as lettuce or another vegetable.
Leave it. Good girl.
As your dog improves at leave it, increase the difficulty by
Leave it.
dropping food right in front of them.
Girl.
Start by throwing a treat into your dog's crate, and as they are going in to eat it, say, "Go to bed." Move on to pointing at the crate, telling your dog to go to bed, and rewarding them by saying "good" and giving them a treat after they are in the crate.
Smokey, go to bed. You're a good dog. Smokey, go to bed. Good boy. Here. As you can see, some dogs learn much faster than other dogs. But be patient and clear, and your dog will eventually pick up on what you are trying to teach.
Go to bed. Yes, good boy. Here's your treat.
Go to bed is another command that can be used in conjunction with commands like sit or
Good
down.
boy. Down. You're so good.
Tie a knot in your dog's leash and hold it in the same place every time. Also, choose which side of your body you want your dog to stay on. Stop walking whenever your dog goes out of place, lure them back with a treat, and say, heel. Reward your dog with a treat and also by continuing the walk.
Heel. Good girl. Peanut, heel. Yeah, good girl.
Make sure you keep your leash hand in one place and do not pull on the leash. When your dog puts pressure on you, gently guide them into the correct place.
Peanut, heel. Good girl. Yes. Good. Peanut, heel. That's a good girl. Heel. Good. Peanut, heel. Good. Peanut, heel. Heel. Yeah, good girl. Simba, heel. Simba. Heel. Good boy.
Treat him again.
Good boy. Yes, that's good. Simba, heel. Come on. Heel.
Remember that once your dog is accustomed to
boy.
behaving a certain way, it will take longer to break habits and change behavior patterns. However, with patience, every dog can learn.
Good. Good. Good.
Katrina expresses her boredom by yawning. Smokey is confused, so he barks at me, while Peanut shows her confusion by leaving the training area.
Hey, come here. Good girl. Sit.
If your dog is
Peanut.
frustrated,
Down.
does not understand what you want,
Down.
or simply doesn't feel like learning at the
all
moment,
the way.
they may ignore you.
You just ate an ant. Simba, heel.
Scratching is sometimes used as an evasion. If your dog is repeatedly
Go over.
evading your commands, they may need to take a mental break from learning. Come back to training in a few minutes. If your dog is bothered by something, they may refuse to do things as well. Barney is usually very food motivated, but when he was worried about his injured friend, he did not listen to my command or eat his treats. Remember to remain patient at all times when working with your dog. If you or your dog becomes frustrated, take a break and come back to training later. Staying calm and positive when working with your dog will help your training progress more quickly and is key to developing and maintaining a healthy bond between you and your pet.